Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is Monday Live and I know I didn't do the intro video because I didn't have it lined up properly, so it didn't work. So you get me right away. Hello everyone. I hope you are all doing well. Good evening Alex. Good evening or afternoon Celine. Good evening, Dawn. Good evening, Marcy. Good evening to all you lurkers out there. So we are continuing on with the lovely lady here out of this book here, which is Music and Girls or something like that from Momo Girl. So that is what we are going to be working on. Yeah, I'm here. I have been struggling with a bit of a headache for the past 2 days, so if I go quiet, I apologize. Oh my goodness. And it is suddenly very warm in here. I don't know why. All right, so I'm going to move this up just a little bit and zoom you in. Because we are going to be working down here today. Hello, Sue. So we're going to be working on her blouse as well as the bird and her necklace. So I did do a base coat on her hair so I could see where the separations are. Hello, Catherine. Yeah, it's annoying, but I'll get over it. Unfortunately, it's just one of those things. All right, so we're going to work with Pink Madder Lake and Rose Madder Lake. And we're going to sharpen these. So how is everybody today? How has your Monday gone? Or how has it started for all of those out there starting off their Tuesday? Good morning, Nightbot, yes. All right. So we're going to be doing her blouse in pinks and creams. So I'm going to start with the pinks up here in the shadow. So I'm starting off with the Rose Madder Lake in the shadow areas. Yay! It's always good when we don't have to go anywhere. Hello, Shannon. Hello, Nobel. Yes, yes. Get some exercise in. Aw. Well, don't be doing tear jerkers. That's, yeah. Hello, Blue. Oh, so the inks that I bought at the craft store, and when I broke my no-buy, um, my husband has made me a storage device for them. If you guys want to see, I can show you. Aw, I always feel silly when I cry at movies, but I do it often. Now I'm going in with the Pink Matter Lake. If you need me to come in a little closer, let me know and I'll zoom it in a little bit closer. Oh, you want to see it, do you? All right. I'll finish up this pink part here and then I'll show you. He's got another tray on the printer and I'm getting him to design a lid for it because I don't need them flipping all over the place. All right. So he's made me trays for them. So each ink has its own little spot as well as a spot for its dauber. And that's the second tray. And then there's a third tray coming, and then a lid and a strap to strap them all together. um, Once it's all completed and he's got the full design, and it's got a hole in it, so if you put them this way, I put them the other way because it's just easier to get them out without lifting the tray. If you put them that way, you can push them up through the hole. But I put them this way because it's just easier to pop them out. And it's just for the mini inks. It's not for the big ones, but it is good for the mini inks. So once he gets the other tray done and a lid and a strap done, then I'll show you all together how it gets fitted, and it sits right into each other, nice and tight. Not so tight that you can't lift them off, but tight enough that they're not falling apart. So that is his latest creation for the coloring and ink supplies. All right, now I'm going to grab a light flesh just because it's the lightest pink I have in this set. Yeah, it's really cool. I love it when he makes me things. Well, that's awesome, Blue. I, I'm I'm glad to give you an interruption in your housework. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this light flesh and just put in a little tiny bit of it in the edges of the blouse here. Yeah, at as soon as he's got it fully completed, This is the first one he's printed, so if he makes any adjustments to it, I'll put it in the shop after he's done any adjustments. All right, so that's how that's going to look. And of course, you can't see the light pink at all, but that's okay. It's still there. And when it goes in the shop, what I'll do is I'll list it at per tray, and that way you can purchase as many trays as you need. Each tray holds 12 inks. Because I don't have that many, I don't need that many trays. But if you have, you know, all of the inks, you may need more trays than the 3 trays that I need. Does that make sense? Because I don't have very many of them. All right. So I started off with Rose Madder Lake, then I'm going into Pink Madder Lake. And then we're going to take that and we're going to push a little tiny bit harder and get a good dark line here on the sleeve. Oh goodness, that is not a bite that you want to get. I'm glad he's doing better. Being bitten by a cottonmouth would not be fun. How did he manage that? Did he step on one, or how did that happen? I'm glad we don't have those here. It's just my luck I'd step on one. Now I'm using light carmine just to darken up the shadow areas on the edge here. Oh, puppy proofing the house. Ugh. He was picking up his, oh dear. I didn't realize that they like to hide under stuff, but I guess they would, wouldn't they? All right, now we're going to use wine red. And it's not one that I want to deal with, that's for sure. But I'm glad he's okay. And we're going to do the edge here. That would be a nope rope. Stay away from the nope ropes. Alright, and then we're going to go back to our light flesh here. And we're just going to put a little bit of it in the edges here. Nice. Alright, now we're going to go into our grays and we're going to grab a cool silver gray because we're going to do her blouse in white. We need to do gray as our contrast, as our shadow. So we're going to take this cool silver gray as well as our cool dark gray. So we're going to start with our cool dark gray. And that was the feather. That's not what I wanted to do. Hello, bee. Welcome, welcome. And then we're going to go in with the silver gray. I don't know if you guys can see any of this, but nice. And then we're going to take our white. Like so. Then we're going to do the same thing up here. We've got a little bit of pink there, so we're going to be blending the white into that pink. Just going to extend that out just a little bit. Hello, Ronnie. Thank you for the hearts. All right. There we have that part done. We're going to do her sleeve, and then we'll start working on this part over here. So I'm just going through under her hair and around the edges here. Just going to turn the book just a little bit. Like that. We're going to bring in that silver gray. Like so. And we're going to blend it in with the white. Seems we're getting some wind out the back of the house. Hopefully it doesn't blow my umbrella down. Alrighty, so there we have her sleeve. And I'm boring y'all with coloring white. But it's got to be done. It's going to blend that a little bit better. Might grab the Derwent blender and just smooth that out a little bit. That's better. All right. Now we're going to do the same thing on this side. So I'll be doing the same thing with the rest of the blouse. So let's move on to something else. I'm going to take, thank you, Celine. So we're going to take wine red, and we're just going to put a little bit in the, let's zoom you in a little bit more so you can see a little bit better. Hopefully you can see that a little bit better. And then we're going to take the light skin tone. And a little bit of the pink madder lake. Just going to blend that wine red in. And there we have one of our little flowers. And I'm going to take a bright yellow. So we're going to use lemon for the little center here. This has got a, oh, I missed a piece of skin. A flower behind it. Grab my medium skin tone here. And I'm just going to fill that in because I missed a bit of skin. Now we're taking our light skin tone. And then our pink madder lake. I did, right here. See, I colored them. Yeah, I was coloring the rest of that one side of hair on Discord, and I missed 2 strands. Thank you, Dawn. So what is everyone planning for the week? Anybody have any big plans? Anybody coloring anything fun? I know Celine's working on a diamond painting soon. I was going to say, when she came in and tried not to drop her stuff, like, yeah, you'd have a lot of drills to pick up if you dropped your stuff, so don't drop it. He's gonna go for a walk. Well, at least you've got plans, dear. You do so many different things. I bought an exercise bike over the weekend, so hopefully I can get some exercise and keep the swelling down in my legs. That would be fun. Hopefully I can keep it up. I'm not an exercising kind of person, but Celine is going to keep me in check. She's gonna make me do it. There we go with all of our pretty pink flowers. Now we're going to do our leaves on her necklace here. And we're going to start with Viridian. Okay. And almost done with the dark color. Now we're going to take a really light color. Let's grab this one. You can call yourself a professional procrastinator. Do you get paid for it? If you don't get paid for it, then you're just a procrastinator. Don't worry, Blue, you are in good company on that one. I procrastinate all the time. Yeah. I'm constantly procrastinating. It's like, do I want to do this? No. Do I want to do this? No. I want to sit there and look at all my stuff. I don't want to do anything with it. That's funny, Blue. That's funny. That's awesome. And as you can probably tell, I'm not wearing my watch because it broke in the middle of the night while I was sleeping. So now I have to see if I can find the other one. I do have a spare around here somewhere. I just don't know where it is. I put it somewhere and now I don't know where it is. It was hot today, yeah. Thankfully, it was nice and cool here today. It wasn't overly hot, but it wasn't cold. It was actually very pleasant. It's supposed to warm up here again next week or later this week, which sucks, but yeah. All right, so there's her necklace done. Now for the bird. For the bird, the bird, the bird, the bird is a word. Yeah, the face came off, so I think Bob just needs to glue it back on, but it happens to pretty much all my watches. Anything that's mechanical watch, the face just seems to pop off of them. I don't know why. So we're going to start the bird. What color of bird do we want to do? Thinking, thinking, thinking. What color should we do the bird? Yeah, well, that's what AC is for, right? A pink bird. No, I think there's around it, there's just too much pink. I was thinking either turquoise, green, or purple. Or blue. Yeah, turquoise and blue. We can start on the ends with blue and come into turquoise and into green. I know it looks like a dove, and that's the thing with coloring is it doesn't have to be. All right, so I think that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with night green. Down here on the ends of the bird's feathers. It's going to be a colorful dove. Sorry about that. Hello, Sherry. Just want a bit of a pop of color in the page. We've got a lot of yellows and browns going on, a lot of pink tones, not a lot of actual pops of color. So we're going to start adding some pops of color. And a good place to do that is on the wings of the bird as well as the bird itself. Yep, yep, blue jays are beautiful, beautiful birds. Thank you for the hearts. Hello, Della. Awesome. I hope you enjoy the back porch. I hope you are doing well up there and not being blown away or flooded out. There was looked like a lot of flooding going on up in some areas. But I don't know if you're close to those areas, so. All right. Now our next color is going to be peacock blue. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Oh, I bet. I bet. I love the colors of feathers. Yeah. Trying to decide. Yeah, this is a feather here. This is a feather. Trying to figure out what's feather and what's blouse. Kind of like coloring hair, Celine, just little flicks. Good, Ronnie. I'm glad that all down there in California are doing good. I heard there was some flooding. I have not seen anybody that I know having to deal with it, but how about the earthquake? Did you have to deal with that one? Hopefully that wasn't too scary. Earthquakes are scary. Nice. That sounds like a very, very pretty feather. Oh, that's good. Yeah, being nice and cool is always good. Oh, that's good. Come up through here. Now I'm not going to do his face because we're going to do his face a little bit different. I know right now he just looks blue, but I come down off of his crown here. And off of his back. Like so. And then the next one we're going to use is a little bit of what's that one? That's sea green, hooker's green. A little bit of emerald green. Hello, Blue. You feel offended? You do not look like that at all? I meant their feathers looks a little blue. Now it's going to look a little blue and green. So, yeah, that's you all together. How you doing? we're going to have to adjust the camera because that is definitely not showing the right color. I don't know why that's not showing the right color. That's a little better. That's a little better. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry that you can't sleep. It is so early in the morning. I get like that too when I'm too hot. I can't sleep either. As much as it sucks that you can't sleep because it's too hot, I'm glad to see you. I tell you to go back to bed, but I know how it is when it's too hot. You just can't sleep. Thank you. I appreciate that. Alright, so there is our dark green areas. Now we're going to take a light green. So we're going to take literally light green and we're going to fill it in. And just up to the edge of the wing area here. I'm not going to fill in the tail area. We're going to do that with a little bit darker coloring. So we're going to actually do that with a bit of blue. So we're going to use aquamarine. Hello, Diane. And then we're going to take a little bit of oriental blue, and we're just going to deepen a little bit of the shadow areas on the feathers, on the tail area here, and into the wings here. The tail and the back wing. Not quite sure which way this bird is sitting. Go down into the shadow areas. Basically, I'm just throwing color at it until I'm satisfied with it. Okay. And then we're just going to blend that all together with the light blue down here. Up in here. Alright, now for his face, we're going to take, excuse me, zinc yellow. Thank you, Celine. I know you can't see the zinc yellow. It's very, very pale, but we will be brightening it up as we go. And then we're going to use orange yellow. And we're going to sharpen this really sharp. We're going to come up through here. And around his eye there. Homemade fresh beverages. Iced tea is good. I have some fruity ones that are really good. Now we're going in with the light orange, just in the edges here as well as around his beak. And around his eyes. And then we're going to take dark flesh and we're just going to start working up. into the cheek. And around the beak. And then we're going to come back with our yellow. Go back with the dark flesh. And then the light orange. And then the orange yellow. Blend that in with the flesh. Then we're going to put this orange here on his beak. And then we're going to take dark orange. Thank you, Della. And we just go like that. Take the dark orange and go in the shadows around his eye. And then we're just going to blend it with the light yellow again. Blend down here a little bit as well. Just brighten up that green just a touch. All right. And there we have our birdie. I'm going to zoom you out. And I'm going to fix the saturation because it is way too saturated. And there we have our bird with our lovely lady here. Now we're going to work on the background colors for the leaves and that sort of thing. Now, what did I want to do with that? Well, get some rest on. I hope you sleep well. All right, so I'm going to start with sea green in the very, very, very back. Thank you, Blue. I appreciate that. I'll continue fiddling with the hair and that sort of thing off camera because I don't want to bore you all to death with just doing flick, 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 flick. Again, the color I'm using is sea green because it's a really nice dark green. And it gives a good darkness to the leaves. And these ones in the far back I want darker than the ones close up. So these ones here are also going to have that sea green because they are meant to be way back there. Oh, and I'm going to zoom in so you can actually see what I'm doing. Sorry, guys. There, now you can actually see what I'm doing. Look at that. I'll fill this area in back here, just really loosely. I'll be adding some other colors into it, but these are very loose areas. They're shadowed in the background. Now, if you decide to color this page, you can, of course, do your leaves in autumn colors. You can do your leaves in fantasy colors and that sort of thing as well. There has been some really talented pages made out of this page. Some of them are in the book, in the front of the book, showing you the different ways of coloring it. And we'll come back through with another green just to fill in our color areas here. Thank you, Alex, and welcome back. I hope you are having a good evening visiting. All right, now we're going to take the next darkest one, which is juniper green. No, that's too dark. take sap green. Juniper green's a little too dark. Want it to look like shadowed, but not, black and shadows. Want them to be a green tone. Nice! I hope she enjoys the new gel pens. Me too. I hope to be doing anything at 90, never mind just coloring. Although 90 is not that far away. Some mornings I feel like it's already here. All right. And then we're going to take True Green and we're going to blend this all together. Like so. Okay, so there's our lower shadowed area. '90 isn't all that old? Yeah, that's true. It's not. Though I don't think too many people in my family has made it to that age, so I'm looking for a color. I know it's here somewhere. There it is. And use a little bit of night green just to fill in a little bit of the shadow back here. Made it a little too light green, so I'm just going to add a little tiny bit of a blue green to it, which should darken it up a little bit. And Mr. Choo Choo is heading your way, Alex. Just putting in a little bit more of that definition back in. Just so it stands out properly. So it looks like something, not just a pile of green. Oh, that's awesome, Bee. Lovely. 93. My goodness. Yeah, I bet you have some wonderful, wonderful life experiences for everyone. I'm going to go in with some Viridian. On these ones back here. Oh, sorry. Thank you, Shannon. I think I'll move it up for y'all. Here you go. So you can actually see what I'm doing. So again with the Viridian. Thank you, Celine. Yeah, you guys didn't want to see me coloring green anyway, right? It's just green. But hey, you know, it's not always necessary, is it? Let's see, let's do a little bit of apple green. Because these areas are being hit by a little bit of sunlight back there. Nice. The amount you girls read, it's just like, wow. All right. Just getting that blended together. Making those colors pop a little bit in the background there. Like so. Now we're going to do this side here, and we're going to get a little bit more detailed on this part. These leaves here remind me quite a bit of rose leaves. Could be, I'm not quite sure. But we're going to color them. We're going to start with, let's start with, where is the color I'm looking for? Looking for a certain color and I'm not seeing it. And of course, as soon as I pick up a color, I will find it. Oh, it's Viridian. What's this one? Night green. Okay, so we're going to start with juniper. Nice. Awesome, Shannon. You have been just blasting along today, haven't you? So I'm just following the veins of the leaf. And this one here, I'm just going to color in because of the shadow. Because it's going to be back with the shadowy area behind her head. Same with this one. We're going to follow the veins. Boring. So I'm still using juniper green. I'll do a few of these leaves, and then there's a little bit of new growth there, so we'll do a bit of that as well. And then the branch itself kind of reminds me of blackberry leaves. That's what it reminds me of. Blackberry leaves. All right, now we're going to take a little bit of pale geranium lake. And we're going to start putting a little bit of color into the leaves. just in little areas, because not all leaves are just green. And now that I've got it in my head that these look like blackberry leaves, I want to color them like blackberry leaves. Alright, then we're going to take a little bit of dark orange. Yeah, she has been a busy bee. And then I want a little bit of apple green. And then some Viridian. Yeah, Viridian may have been the wrong one to choose. So we're going to take some light green and we're just going to blend it out a little bit because it's a little bit too blue. I want it a little bit blacker, greener than that. Like so. So instead of Viridian, we want maybe hooker's green. They do, don't they? They look like blackberry leaves to me. I'm going to take a bit of hooker's green and we're just going to darken that up a little. Little bit of color correction. Come down the stem. Awesome! Welcome back, Sue. And we're going to go in with some orange. And then we're going to go in with some apple green. And then we're just going to take a little touch of Hooker's green. On the edge there. Alright, now we're just going to again go in with a little bit of orange. Blending into those reds. Apple green. And then some Hooker green. I'm not sure if those are flowers. Kind of looks like new growth, but then if you turn your head and look at it a different way, it kind of looks like flowers. But I'm going to color it as new growth. It's probably flowers, but it's new growth now. All right, Blue, have a good sleep, and I hope you get some rest. Thank you so much for popping in. I appreciate it. I hope it cools down a little bit for you. Nothing worse than trying to sleep when it's too hot. And we're going to take our apple. All right, and then we're going to take our Hooker's green. We're going to come up through here. We're just going to take a slight bit of, what's this one? Nope. And of course I will be putting all of these back when I'm done with them, but I'm going to take a slight bit of the Van Dyke brown and we're going to put it in the stem here. Just a little bit. Because even though these are just the leaf areas, there's still a bit of brown in them. Alright, now we're going to go in with the Hooker's green. That one I'm going to go in with the sea green. Oh no, the juniper green. Nope, sea green, because juniper green was too blue. Da, da, da. Yeah, I'll make up my mind, don't worry. Because it's got a shadow behind it from this other leaf. So we're going to make that one a little darker. And we're going to put a little bit more of that sea green in here for the shadow from the curl of the leaf. sea green. There's not as much light coming through this area in my brain. Okay. Now we're going to take our hooker's green, and we're just going to extend this out a little. Like so. And then we're going to start with our red. We're just going to put little areas. And then a little bit of orange. Just randomly. And we're going to take that light green. Like so. And we've got this little tiny leaf here. So we're going to take a little bit of apple green. And then the light green. And this one here. I'll put in a little bit of orange. And take the hooker's green. And we're just going to fill in that shadow area there. And then we're going to take apple green. Make sure I'm still on screen. And then we're going to take some of the hooker's green here, and we're just going to blend those shadows in. Hopefully I'm still here. Take some light green and finish off those edges. Like that. Okay. And then we're going to take our handy dandy blender here. And we're just going to soften all those edges. Yeah, it's okay. I contain my giggle every time I hear the name too, so you're not alone. All right, now we're going to go in with, nope, trying to find the, oh, that's why, because it's over here. So we're going to go in with dark sepia. For the branch back here. Don't know where it's going, but there's a branch there. And we're going to add just a touch of raw umber, just to give it a little bit of life and contrast. Like so. Alright, I'm going to zoom you out. And we're going to bring you back up and over. And there we have, without looking at this side, there we have all of the aspects of this completed, except for the sky. And yeah, so I will probably finish off all of the rest of this before the next stream. But I will be doing all of these leaves the same as these ones. And I will use a blue, well, I'm trying to think if I want to use ink or if I want to use pan or what I want to use for that. All right, Diane, have a great night. But yeah, these leaves here will be the same as these. These leaves down here that look like these ones will be the same as those. I will go through and I will add the gray and the white for her blouse here and finish her hair. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the background. Yes, the Lyra are what got picked on Saturday. So that is what I am going to be doing with this. I will also be coming through with little touches of gold for the embellishments on her blouse. And yeah, other than that, she's pretty much done. I've shown you all the aspects of it other than the background, and I've shown you several times how to do a blue background. So I'm not going to do anything fancy with it. I am just going to do some blues and do a blue sky behind her. I will, of course, post this up on Instagram when it's all done, and we will be starting a new page on Wednesday. In the next book, which is I Daydream, or yeah, I Daydream is the name of it. So we will be doing the page in I Daydream starting on Wednesday. So that page is going to be this one, and we will start that Wednesday. We will probably continue it through Saturday because it is so big and so much detail. We will see how far we get. I don't do curls very well. So that is what we are going to be doing with that. Yes, the skin is done with Laura's as well. All right, guys, with that, I say thank you all very much for watching. Of course, always remember to like, comment, and subscribe to any YouTube artist that you enjoy. And always remember to relax, color, and stay safe, everyone. Until the next time, bye-bye for now.